everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the Texans going up against the Colts. With that, let's get you up to Lucas Oil Stadium. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. There's a timeout called by the Colts on the They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. On second down, here's Miller. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Zach Kerr, the big defensive tackle, the one to get him down. And let's go through the starting defense for Indianapolis.
Mario Williams broke into the league as a star defensive end. Now he's wreaking havoc as an outside linebacker.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up
positioning and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down following the run. Again, it's Miller. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. Now a handoff looking right. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
He's going to field this at the 4. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, there's sometimes... asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a carry for Bernard, and he'll 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Kevin Johnson's skills just continue to get better and better. An elite athlete out on the corner, he's up to the challenge of any receiver.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Just beating the play clock is Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. The former Bill, Mario Williams, on the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. 2nd and 7. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
26. Go.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll toss it to middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it here with Bernard. And some room to maneuver. Still on his feet. Still shedding tackles. A big pickup there on the run. 35 yards.
Not a lot of dance steps in that run. That's much more like being that bowling ball, just going down and scattering some pins, breaking through contact, breaking through tackles, and he knows how to finish a run.
They come out here in the eye. Again, here's Bernard. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And that is incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And 4th down coming up. So now on 4th down, Chuck Pagano turns to the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a play fake. Rodgers to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Miller, the lone setback. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Bernard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. fresh set of downs here. Luck on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Here's Luck now on second down. And Matthews has it right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So even though... And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter. And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half? And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out. Now Miller will take the direct snap. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end. Oh, what's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead. And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game. The adjustment to the adjustment. Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. On second down, here's Love. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. That looks like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run. Yeah, he's got some space. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all on the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you? I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain. Well, Rodgers to throw on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to try and go deep again. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that, how are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now Bernard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
3rd down now following the run. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Two yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's got Fuller. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On the dive, here's the fullback Prosh. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now Rodgers. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard. line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down. Here's Pat McAfee now, standing just outside his own goal line. Pulled in at the 24. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They come out here in the eye. Rodgers now on 1st down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again and listen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physical.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal now. Ball on the 5. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, Charles.